Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is T, and today we are starting a new series on my channel. Let's just call it Beauty and Books, Books and Beauty. We're working on it. But essentially, I've been wanting to dip into books on my channel for the past year. I have been indulged in just reading more, staying off my screen. Back when I was young, I used to read all the time. And as you got older, go through school, you find yourself kind of just pushing it to the side. But not for me anymore. I've been reading books and starting a new collection. I love it. So I really want to share that with you all. Start doing like book reviews, things of that nature, if that makes sense. So I'll be sharing books I like, books I didn't like, some self-help books that, actually did wonders for me, some novels that I really enjoyed. Everything. It's going to be a plethora of different books. If you're a reader, let me know down below. In today's first installment of this series, I'll be discussing the subtle art of not giving a fuck. So there may be some cursing in this video. I apologize, but I mean, if you see this title, what do you think? And I'll also be doing a face mask while I do that, which is why I look like this. So if you are new, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and let's just dive right into this. For my face mask, I will be using Aztec Indian healing clay. If you know, you know. Good stuff right here, mixed with some apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna mix it up and just slap it on. So the subtle art of not giving a fuck was recommended to me by my mentor. I actually read it last year, back in 2020, right around when quarantine first started. Now when you see the title, when I first heard the title, I've seen it on shelves in the store or whatever. I'm like, what is this about? Like, is he telling me to just not care about life, basically, not care about anything? Which, you may have that same inkling as well. And also for reference or for clarification, this will always be, I'm not going to give spoilers away. I will show you or tell you how I relate to the book. I will share, favorite lines of mine, but I'm not going to give you like the whole plot and everything like that, because what fun will that be? So you don't have to worry about that. There are no spoilers in this. But I am here to tell you that when you see the title of this book, that you should not judge it. He is not telling us. The author is Mark Manson, by the way, so he's not telling us to just not care. We're not doing that. That would be like sketchy if he sold this many copies of this book and was just telling people not to give a fuck. Like, negative. But what he is saying is that a lot of us tend to have so much going on and problems and this and that. But why are you actually caring about it all? Like, you need to step back and care about shit that actually matters to you. Mind blowing a little. Sometimes you just need to be told that. Like, sometimes you just need a reminder that you need to just sit back and stop caring about things that truly do not matter. And you have to figure that out for yourself. You have to figure out what values you want in life. You have to figure out what you care about and things like that. He dives into that very much so deeply into the book, but I needed that reminder to basically girl, you tend to always have issues, and it's always stuff that really doesn't pertain to bettering my life, bettering myself, or anything of that nature. And I had a lot going on to where, of course, I just got it on my lip, to where I really had to sit down and evaluate what was important to me, like who was important to me, what problems I actually cared about, and what problems I didn't. You have to sit there and just think about it and go from there. Stop giving a fuck about things that truly you do not care about. And the most important part about this is that what you care about may not be something that the next person cares about. You know what I mean? So this is definitely one of those books that's like individualized. Like, you can't compare your list to everyone else's. One of the lines that he mentions, which is so simple but so we just need that reminder, is you have to prioritize this the same way you prioritize your days, your to-do list, who you're hanging out with, and whatever. You have to do the same thing for yourself. You have to prioritize your thoughts, your mental health, everything like that. Because if you don't, you're just going to keep running the cycle of caring about things that you shouldn't care. If you already know what you don't care about and what you do care about, you're going to stop putting energy towards the stuff you don't. You see? It's a subtle art of not giving a fuck. Our mask is on. We're gonna let it dry out, and we're gonna keep talking about this, lovely book. So Mark Manson also dives into, I would say, what we already know, but a lot of people don't think about this. I have thought about it in the past, that a lot of people tend to compete for struggles, compete in the sense of, I had this problem, I went through that, whatever the case may be. But why? For what purpose, basically? He's basically saying, like, you are not special because of what you've been through. Period. That's it. You are not special because of your problems. You will not be special because of any of that. Ever. I mean, if you want to make yourself be special because of that and live with that story and have that be your story, then that's on you. That's your decision. It's your life. I have chosen to not make that a thing. And that brings me to one of my favorite parts of the book. If you do decide to get the book, or if you already read it, you can read along with me, but it's page 91, I believe, chapter 5. So he says, often the only difference between a problem being painful or being powerful is the sense that we chose it, that we are responsible for it. I mean, obviously that is just a brief intro to what he talks about, but you have to choose. I'm going to speak for myself. I had to choose how I responded to those around me, to the problems that were rising in my life, to the struggles that I have gone through, to the struggles that I am facing now. And every time I meet a new problem or anything like that, you can sulk over it, you can do whatever, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for that. You are in control of how you choose to respond to that problem, how you choose to solve it, how you choose to not solve it, how you choose to use it. Whatever the case may be, you're responsible for it. No matter how difficult the problem is, no matter who did it to you, no matter if it was your fault or wasn't your fault, at the end of the day, it's going to be your fault on how you choose to respond to it. Point blank, period. And that was something that I think I just really needed to hear in the moment, because ever since I read this and I finished this book, it has stuck with me through everything. And I even reflect on it if I do come across a new problem and I'm not responding to it well, or I'm starting to complain. I'm like, girl, it's your problem. It's your fault. This is your fault. You need to deal with it the way you need to in order to move on. Something so simple. I get it. I get why it's the subtle art. A lot of people claim that, self-help books, how many are you going to read? How many are the same? Blase, blase, blase. I will for sure say this is in my top 5. And I understand that some self-help books are not for everyone. Self-help books in general are not for everyone. But this is one of those where it's like a slap in the face almost. It forces you to actually look in the mirror and look at everything you've gone through so far in life, reevaluate, look back and see where you made your mistakes, where you messed up, and how you can do better moving forward. It's free therapy. I can't, you know what I mean? It's free problem solving. It's not free. You still gotta pay for the book, but you get what I mean by that. He also says to wrap that portion up, we are responsible for experiences that aren't our fault all the time. That's just life. The sooner you can come to terms, there are gonna be things that you are not responsible for, that you can't deal with, that you just have to move on from, and realize life is life sometimes, the better life will be. I have my own issues now that I truly don't know how I'm figuring out, but it's my fault. It's my responsibility. So I'm going to. Mark, I would be friends with Mark. I would have a drink with Mark. Mark, we could be cool after this one. This is drying hardcore right now, so that means I need to rinse this off, finish off my skincare, and I'll be right back to, tell you about my final thoughts about this. I do that. Skincare popping, SPF on. So all in all, I would highly recommend this book, especially if you are one of those people who tend to overthink, who tend to take on problems that you probably shouldn't take on, including problems of others, including friends and family. If you're trying to be better at problem solving, if you're just all over the place, this is definitely one of those books that I would recommend to you. The subtle art of not giving a fuck definitely changed my ways, changed my mindset, and helped me move forward with a lot of different problems that I had and problems that I still have that I just don't give a fuck about. Period. So yeah, Mark, thank you for a great book. This was great. Let me know down below, have you read it? If you're thinking about reading it, what's going on up here? Definitely loved it. If you just want a book just to read, get it. It's a great one. You can't go wrong with it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you're thinking about this whole beauty and book situation I got going on. And be sure to subscribe, hit the like button. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.